Do you understand English, but when it's time to speak, your brain suddenly goes blank? You know the words. You know the grammar. But your mouth feels slow, and your confidence disappears. Here's what's really happening. You first think in your own language. Then you translate in your head. Then you try to speak in English. And in that small delay, your fluency dies. This is why you sound slow. This is why you feel stuck. And this is why English feels hard. But native speakers don't translate. They don't think about grammar. They think directly in English. In this video, I'll show you how to train your brain to think in English naturally, no stress, no memorizing rules, just real fluency. By the end, your brain will start switching to English automatically. If you feel slow when you speak English, it's not because you're bad at English. It's because of how your brain learned English. Most learners were trained to translate. First, you think in Urdu. Then you search for English words. Then you try to speak. This small pause may seem normal, but it creates big problems. Your speaking becomes slow. Your sentences break in the middle. You lose confidence. And you start feeling scared of making mistakes. Over time, your brain gets used to this translation habit. So every time you want to speak English, your mind goes into translation mode. That's why you know English, but you can't speak it smoothly. Here's the truth most people don't tell you: fluency is not about knowing more grammar. Fluency is about how fast your brain can think in English. And here's the good news for you. You're not bad at English. Your brain just learned English in the wrong way. When native speakers speak fast, it's not because they are smarter. It's because they think fast in English. So if you want to speak fast and naturally, you don't need to train your memory more. You need to train your brain to think in English. Native speakers don't translate in their heads. They don't stop and think, how do I say this in English? They simply think, what do I want to say? And the words come out naturally. This is the biggest difference between you and a native speaker. It's not vocabulary. It's not grammar. It's the thinking process. Native speakers feel the meaning first. The idea comes to their mind. Then English words appear automatically. There is no middle step. No translation. No delay. So here's the mindset shift you need to make: stop thinking about English. Start thinking in English. English is not a school subject you study. English is a tool you use to express your life, your thoughts, your feelings. And here's something powerful. You already think in images and feelings all day. When you are hungry, you see food in your mind. When you are tired, you feel tired. Now your job is simple. Attach English words to those images and feelings. Your brain is not weak. Your brain is capable of learning this. You don't need more talent. You just need new thinking habits. The first rule to think in English is very simple: simple English is powerful. Many learners try to speak big, complex sentences. They think fluency means difficult words and long grammar. But that actually makes your brain slower. For example, instead of saying, I would like to inquire about your availability, say, I want to ask about your time. Simple sentences help your brain think faster. There is less pressure. There is less translation. Your thoughts come out more naturally. Here's a small training exercise you can start today. Look around your room and describe what you see in simple English. This is my bed. The wall is white. There is a window. My phone is on the table. This works because there is no translation step. You see something, and you say it in English. Your brain connects images directly to English words. Do this for just 3 minutes every day. You can do it in the morning or at night. This small habit slowly builds English pathways in your brain. Remember this: simple is fluent. Complex comes later. Now let's build a daily habit that trains your brain to think in English naturally. I call this the 5-minute English thinking habit. You can do this anywhere. When you're walking. When you're cooking. When you're just sitting and doing nothing. Inside your mind, start speaking simple English. I am walking to the shop. I am making tea. I feel tired today. My day was busy. There is one important rule: no grammar checking. No stopping to fix mistakes. Just let the English flow in your mind. This is powerful because repetition builds fluency. When you repeat small English thoughts every day, your brain slowly switches from translation mode to English mode. You don't need long study sessions. Daily small practice is better than studying 1 hour and then stopping for a week. This is exactly how children learn a language. They hear it every day. They use it every day. They don't worry about being perfect. So here's your habit cue. Every night before sleep, close your eyes and think about your day in simple English for 5 minutes. If you do this daily, your brain will start choosing English automatically. The third method is one of the fastest ways to start thinking like a native speaker. It's called shadowing. Shadowing is simple. You listen to a native speaker, and you speak at the same time as them. You don't pause the audio. You don't repeat after it ends. You speak with the speaker, in real time. This helps because you're not just copying words. You're copying the thinking style of English. You're copying how sentences flow. You're copying how ideas move from one to the next. You only need 5 minutes a day. Choose short clips. Calm English videos are perfect for this practice. When you shadow, don't focus on perfect pronunciation. Focus on speed. Focus on emotion. Focus on natural pauses in the sentence. Your brain starts learning English patterns. It stops building sentences word by word. It starts thinking in ready-made English rhythms. One important rule: don't memorize lines. Don't try to remember the script. Just mimic the way English is being thought and spoken. If you do this daily, your speaking will start to feel smoother, faster, and more natural. The best time to train your brain to think in English is right before sleep. At night, your mind is calm. There is less noise. Less stress. And your brain is more open to building new habits. Here is a simple night routine you can follow every day. First, listen to calm English for a few minutes. No fast talking. No hard lessons. Just slow, clear English. Then close your eyes and think about your day in simple English. Today was busy. I learned new words. I felt tired. I am happy now. This works because your brain processes habits while you sleep. What you think about before sleep becomes stronger in your mind. So when you feed your brain English at night, it starts choosing English more easily the next day. Keep this routine short. Just 5 minutes is enough. No phone scrolling. No stress. Only calm audio and simple English thinking. If you stay consistent with this for 7 nights, you will feel a real difference. Your brain will switch to English faster. Your thinking will feel more natural. Before you improve your fluency, you need to stop a few habits that are secretly holding you back. First, don't translate in your head. Translation slows your brain and breaks your confidence. Train yourself to think directly in English, even if it's simple. Second, don't wait to be perfect. Many learners stay silent because they're afraid of mistakes. But silence never builds fluency. Speaking, even with mistakes, does. Third, don't memorize big, long sentences. Memorization doesn't teach you how to think. It only teaches you how to repeat. You need thinking skills, not memory tricks. Fourth, don't overstudy grammar. Grammar is useful, but too much grammar thinking blocks your flow. Fluency is not built by rules. Fluency is built by use. Replace these habits with simple daily thinking in English. Speak in simple sentences. Use English every day, even for small thoughts. Remember this mindset: mistakes mean progress. Fluency comes from usage, not knowledge. Let me remind you of something important before you leave. You can think in English. You are not too old. You are not too slow. Your brain is ready, it just needs the right habits. If you follow the methods in this video for just 7 days, you will feel a real change. Your thinking will become faster. Your speaking will feel easier. And English will start coming to your mind naturally. You don't have to do this alone. We're building a learning community here. So if you're starting today, comment, "Think English." I'll know you're serious about your growth. Now take the next step. Subscribe for daily English practice. Watch the next video to train your brain faster. And come back tomorrow for another short session. Remember this: small daily practice creates big long-term results. You're not alone in this journey. We're learning together, one day at a time.